Okay. We're going ghost. I mean live. Of course, all of my tabs are going to get immediately messed up, because why wouldn't they? There we go. Just move this over so I can see the like total. And there we go. We're back, baby. Alright. Did I leave the ice shulker in the nether? I guess I did. How are we looking? 3, looking good. Got some frames. Got our boy Jeeves. And okay. These are all empty, so that's good. Let me throw some stuff away quickly. And we can hop back to the nether and keep going with the ice trail. I want to get that done, just get it out of the way now. How's my shovel looking? That's pretty good. I actually wanted to see how much netherite scrap I have. I'm wondering if maybe we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone and just go get some netherite scrap. Yeah, it's in here. So I have 1 piece of scrap, I guess. I thought I had more than that. I could have swore I did. Do I have any ancient debris in here? Apparently not. I could have swore I did. But I guess that's fine. Mob drops. Let's make some fire res quickly. Yeah. We'll make some fire res because I think if we make fire res, it'll make getting the scrap easier. And then we're already there. So we can go and here, I'll do this. We'll do that first, and then we can go and grab... Wow, there's still a lot of glass in the system, isn't there? We can go grab our ice and finish the ice trail, and then go get a bunch more sand, because then we can have a netherite shovel for it. I think that'll be a lot easier. And then I'm hoping that with this cleared out, that top chest will clear out. I don't actually know. Yeah, how are we doing for pumpkins and stuff? Yeah, we're doing pretty well. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Get some fire res going. I don't know why my computer's been going nuts the past couple days. Fan is just going ballistic trying to get more cold air in. Might be time to take it apart and clean it. And then we need to pop one of these bad boys in. That's concerning that it's throwing the temp blocks back in again. Yeah. This isn't supposed to have bamboo in it. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah. Dang it. Yeah, so it looks like from here over got messed up. The problem is there's so much bamboo that what's happening is it's filling up all the chest and it's overflowing. And the problem with overflowing is it screws up the entire mechanism. So we're going to have to fix that at some point. Damn it. Here. I can see it. It's all loading into here. Definitely gonna have to fix that. Here, we'll get this at least to here. String that. Yeah, you can see like bamboo should not have made it all the way down here. We might have to add in the auto crafter circuit, unfortunately. Well, not really unfortunately, but it just wasn't something I had planned to do in the upcoming future, but we're producing so much bamboo that we aren't using it fast enough. Minecraft is good and all, but yesterday I died in the nether and was spawned inside some funk-ass place in the nether, unlike other world. That sucks. Sorry that happened to you. Here. Bedrock though? Oh, I see. Yeah, no, this is Java. Here, I'll toss that in here for now. Yeah, right now, I didn't even grab the fire res. We got a couple things on the plan today. So we need to go get 3 netherite scrap worth of ancient debris. Which, you know, that in itself is a bit of a process, but not too bad. And so we're going to head down to the netherite mine. I just want to grab this. Well, I'll grab these. Bedrock tends to dupe items when I log out and log in sometimes. Yeah, Bedrock, aka Bug Rock, has a lot of features and glitches that Java definitely doesn't. Got our camels that we got yesterday. Hanging out in the nether room. I still don't know what we're going to do with those exactly, but... here, just toss this on for a sec. Head down to the disco floor. Here we go. And we can... Is this a... Oh, that actually is lava. Here, we'll patch that up so nobody has any unfortunate accidents. There we go. And we'll toss that away. And we will head down here. Thankfully, we have access to magma blocks there as well, because that'll be super duper helpful when we make a gold farm. I can see mobs and internals when they get in my face. It's translucent lags a lot when that happens. Yeah. It happens, my guy. But you know, once you put so much time into a world, it's hard to want to reset just because of something little like that, right? Let's grab some gold. We're gonna need it. Not that we don't have any, but... oh, yeah, no, this is, like, a lot of lava. We should, block that off. We'll head this direction. That was not what I was looking for. Unfortunately, give me a bunch of mobs over here. But I think it's probably worth it. Yeah, so this is all Soul Sand Valley, I think. That way's lava. So that's probably why I went this direction. And we definitely won't run into a gas down here, so I'm not super worried about that. So, I'm hoping we can find 3 ancient debris fairly quickly. God damn it. The dev team does a dose of crack before they code the bedrock version, I guess. Something like that. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is just all the spots where I ran into lava and had to turn around. Which is okay, it's just not ideal. I mean, that just kind of confirmed a theory of mine that you get enough XP from quartz to counteract the amount of XP it takes to dig it up. And for anyone who's wondering, usually I would be, you know, using beds and whatnot, but this is just a little bit safer. You know, you don't have to worry about the possibility of dying to a bed explosion, so... We only need 3. So I'm not going to risk my entire file for... you know, 3 pieces of netherite. Or ancient debris, sorry. So, we'll just dig through. Not a big deal. Shouldn't take very long to find 3, so. And then we gotta head up to our hallway where we were placing down all the ice before we stopped streaming yesterday. And, finish that all up so we can get to the desert easier. There we are. Gotta keep an eye on my fire res, that's all. How we doing with fire res? Still got another 2 minutes. That's fine. Oh, there's one. Hopefully it's more than one. There we go. Let's take that. Alright. So we need what? 2 more? Not a big deal. And with the bonus gold we're finding, we should have enough to smelt it, no problem. Oh, was that some? Thought I saw it for a sec. Ah, crap. You didn't see anything. Anything in hardcore is always so, like, nerve-wracking. Every little skirmish can be the end. I'm glad I have totems now, but I do miss having a shield. I get that a free life kind of outweighs the ability to block, but just barely. If they gave belt slot to equip totem, that would be nice. Yeah, definitely. If YouTube focuses on the live side, Twitch would be in shambles. I mean, to be fair, I get more viewers when I go live on YouTube than when I'm live on Twitch. Like, I'm on live both right now. And I have 2 people watching on Twitch. And usually I have more than that on YouTube. Like, yesterday we had 50. So... shout out to whoever's watching on Twitch, though. I appreciate that. Again, that is my smaller audience, so... you guys are the real OGs. The real MVPs. Acronyms. There we go, there's another one. Oh dear. That was a kind of a spicy one to grab. Hey, what are you doing? How you been? I've been okay. I'm currently just looking for a couple pieces of ancient debris. Actually, we only need 1 more. And then, we have full netherite gear. Ow. Stop that. So we're just kind of, you know, standing in lava. How have you been? Hopefully pretty good. Yeah, no, a belt slot for your totem would be pretty cool. But, like, not everybody ends up getting totems, so... Good, yeah, busy with work, just chilling. That's fair. Does anyone see me over here? I swear I'm gonna get attacked by one more dude with a sword. There we go. There we go, quick and dirty. Got our 3 pieces of ancient debris. Now we can hopefully get out of here. Just dodge and weave around this guy. Oh, he's attacking that. Okay, good. It's like, I didn't even attack you guys. Why are you after me? Okay, so I think the way out was this way. I think what we'll do is, yep, here it is. Is we'll head back, we'll get the netherite shovel, and then repair our stuff a little bit with the mob grinder. And then we can go lay down the rest of the ice. I think that's probably the best plan. See, I don't even know if I can still get up here. Should be able to. There we go. Yeah, so we'll go cook this up. And shout out to you guys for the 2 likes. Thank you for that. And we can finally upgrade our shovel and we'll have full netherite gear. It's been a while, but... You know, it's definitely not something I ever really try to do, but we got it, baby. Oh yeah, we got a gas tier yesterday too. Can add that one to the pile. Take these, pop these in. Go grab the other one. I leave it in my chest. That. Here, and toss out a bunch of this netherrack. You always need netherrack until you don't. Okay. And then we'll grab a template. And here we go. OMG. Hi, Luna. I know, right? And we're up to 4 likes. Killing the game. Netherite. There we go. And where did the shovel go? There it is. Let's go find our smithing table. If you press Control Q, it throws the whole stack out with having to drag it out. Yeah, I know. I was just being lazy. Believe me, I've been playing Minecraft a very long time. There's not much that I don't know how to do in this game. There we go. Yeah. Finally have full netherite. Bro, I was in the middle of meditating and outside right now, and my Wi-Fi is so bad. LOL. Sorry. Minecraft waits for no one. While you were out meditating, I was studying the craft. Okay. That's pretty good. Do I have any more carrots? Just because I don't know how long this is going to take. Take some bread. Whatever. Okay, sweet. What we can do now is we can go repair a bunch of our stuff. And... I mean, not really a bunch, just like my pickaxes. And then when we're done with that, we can go lay down the rest of the ice. And we will be able to continue on with getting sand. Oh yeah, see here, it's only got one signal now, so you have to break it. The only thing I don't like about this design. Past that, thing works great. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It needs at least a minimum of 8 because it gives it enough, the water enough time to like spread out from the dispenser to like knock everything off. If it's anything lower than that, then it doesn't have enough time to knock all the mobs off. 4, 5. There we go. Orange. There we go. God, I love the Fulbright mod. It makes things so much better. Makes it feel so much safer. Alright. So yeah, we'll just repair this up a little bit. And we're already at 5 likes, and there's 5 people. There we go. I knew more people would show up eventually, but... Well, I shouldn't say I knew that, but... kind of assumed. Look at that, we got a baked potato for the road. I'm celebrating my birthday today. Oh, happy birthday. You can go out and celebrate today? Okay. I don't know how a witch made it down here through the lava, but good for them. All the other ones have been swimming up it. Oh, maybe it made it back up there. Yeah, it seems like it did. I think me hitting it was just enough for it to reach the lava and swim up. Oh, I still have all those redstone torches on me. I gotta go put those back. Ow, that dude has thorns. Not a big deal. I am thinking now, though, that we're going to have to expand the storage down there. Okay. That's my bow. We'll keep that. Okay. Seed our baked potato. Important source of nutrients. And there we go. Grab our fire res, because it's always good to have when you're in the nether. And what do we got? We got rich boy, silk boy. There we go. Don't really need the shovel right now. What's up, bruh? Why 2 streams? Honestly, I was just awake and wanted to play Minecraft. That's kind of the gist of it. This thing, okay, like, am I crazy? Like, this thing looks like a Pokeball, right? Like, I've noticed it a couple times now. But this right here from above definitely looks like a Pokeball. Alright. Got a rain of items coming down. You're glad? Me too. You are crazy. I mean, I'm pretty sure we already established that, so... Okay. Let's toss this guy back on. And we'll head to the Nether. Because now we have our new shovel. We can get way more sand. Don't worry, me too. Okay. So, we'll continue on from yesterday. I do have a bunch of inventory space now, so it's definitely not going to be enough, but we'll definitely be able to fill in all of this. And then I'll bring the boat with me as well, just so we don't need to try and build another one and go all the way back. I wouldn't mind making a pathway to the shore from the portal too, so we don't have to swim or fly across every time. Here we go. Just take that. And hopefully this doesn't just run away. There. And we can just continue this, hopefully all the way. Yeah, like even running down this is faster now. Here, might be easier to do this. It's too strong. Do you use Fahrenheit or Celsius? I use Celsius, but through my work, we have to use Fahrenheit. Which is weird because most of our customers are actually Canadians, so we should be using Celsius. I'm now realizing, but, I don't know. But like where I'm from, we use Celsius, so. Like today, it's, according to my computer, it's 0 out right now. But we have a lot of snow, so it probably feels like minus like 3 or something. For me, it's 25 degrees Fahrenheit, light work. Yeah, I've said it before on stream, but the quick way to go between Celsius and Fahrenheit is, you take the Celsius and you double it, and then you add 30. So, for me, for example, it's 0, so double 0, which is 0, and then add 30, so we're around 30 Fahrenheit, but technically 0 Celsius is 32 Fahrenheit, so like it's just like an approximation, but it gets you like within 4 degrees of Fahrenheit, so if you ever want to like just kind of be in the ballpark, the actual equation is like, you don't double it, it's like 4/5 or something like that. You multiply it by like 1.8 instead of multiplying it by 2, but it's so close to 2 that like you'll get pretty close to the number. Oh, we're already at 500 blocks. Okay. I thought this was gonna take a lot longer. I'm glad it's not going to. What's your opinion on Alien Stage? I don't know what that is, so I don't really have an opinion on it. I guess this is the last day of the month, I'm now realizing. So we're about to officially be in December. You need to watch it. What is it? Like a show or a web show or... it's on YouTube. Okay. I'll check it out after the stream, I guess. Yeah, we'll just make our way along. I thought this was going to take a lot longer, but we're actually almost at the halfway mark, so... once we're done that, we can go back to collecting a bunch of sand and turning it into glass, which is good because we already have a bunch back at the house that we can convert. And then we have a bunch of bones from the mob spawner, so we can get more sea pickles. And we'll be good to go. Can hopefully, the only thing that sucks is, like, I still need to AFK a little bit to get all of the sea lanterns. Either that or we go hunting for glowstone, which, like, I don't mind doing that a little bit. Like, at the end of this portal here, I actually saw a bunch that's, like, pretty accessible. So we can definitely grab that and bring it back. But, like, past that... Sir, can I get you guys, like, to not be here? This is just not a place I want things spawning. What I'll probably end up having to do is I'll have to put, like, buttons down in between, like, all these gaps. And that'll prevent other mobs from spawning up here. And then I'll put buttons on top of these as well, because that'll also prevent mobs from spawning on the ice, sorry. But we'll do that after. It's not like a necessity, it's kind of like a quality of life thing. Press Q, press U. Do you like pancakes or waffles? I am a waffle person. I think we had a debate about this like a while ago. But, yeah, no, definitely, on the waffle side of things. Waffles for life. Like, for as much as I like waffles, I actually don't have them very often. Like, I don't even like a good waffle. I like a crappy, like, Eggo waffle. Like, those, like, fresh ones that you, like, make yourself and they're all, like, fluffy and stuff. I'd prefer, like, the crunchy puck that you get from, like, the Eggo waffles box. To me, that's, like, a proper waffle, as dumb as that sounds. I've actually never been to IHOP. My city actually has, like, one of the biggest IHOPs in the country. Oh, not my city, but like the one I grew up in. And I've never been to IHOP. I know it's the International House of Pancakes, but I'm sure they sell waffles too. Be weird if they didn't. And so what we do is we get a Strider up here. Because you know how much Striders love the lava. They probably hate ice. The crunch is the good part. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't dislike pancakes. Like, pancakes are fine. You know, a pancake with a little bit of cinnamon in it. Ooh. But... Alright, so we're about 600 blocks out. Which I believe equates to about 10 stacks of ice to lay down still. But this is going pretty quick, all things considered. Like, we're not even an hour into the stream yet, and we already got all the netherite, and we're about to finish the ice highway. So, we're in pretty good shape. The only thing that kind of sucks is, at some point, I'm gonna have to AFK to get a bunch of prismarine. But we can definitely go looking. I do have fire res on me, so we can go looking for a little bit for some glowstone. Should I go to school tomorrow? I freaking deleted my phone number and TikTok account, and now I have no way to talk to my friends. I mean, to be fair, I don't own TikTok at all. My whole family's been trying to get me to get it, but I don't care. Apparently Vine is coming back as Divine, which I don't know how I feel about that exactly, but it's interesting that that's a thing that's happening. Yeah, no, we still watch, like, old school Vine compilations, like, at least once a week. I would say. Or at least see one once a week. But yeah, you should probably go to school. I mean, get that edumacations. You know, you gotta absorb all the smarticles. Oh, we're up to 9 people. I didn't even realize. And we got 2 people on Twitch. Hey! Shout out to whoever is watching on Twitch. You guys are killing the game. Here. We gotta fix this up a little. Do I have any other blocks on me? Apparently not. There. I just don't want to end up with my boat somehow glitching into there and then I suffocate. What does that even mean? Do you believe in Santa? I mean, of course. I mean, you have to believe or you don't get any presents, right? If he doesn't exist, then who's going to bring you presents? Did you ever think about that? I know he's... Okay, we're getting closer. I believe we're about 300 blocks out. And then what we'll do is we'll get a bunch of sand, we'll come back to the house. And then what I can do is hopefully grab, I don't even know if we have any, but I'm hoping we have a bunch of just regular stone. And I can put down stone buttons in here, and that'll hopefully prevent things from spawning. And then that way we don't, like, run into mobs down here when we're, like, whipping down. I don't think you do. Have you ever ate sand as a kid? No, actually. I have eaten, like, a couple of crayons, though, as a kid. I remember this one time I had a frozen hot dog in one hand, and I had a brown crayon in the other hand that was, like, kind of like a thicker crayon. And I remember walking around my grandma's house when I was very, very young. I was, like, 3. Just, like, asking everybody if they'd seen my crayon. And you, like, you know when you, like, grip something for so long, you kind of, like, lose feeling in your hand. You, like, don't know, like, you don't, like, feel what's in your hand anymore. I basically did that with the hot dog and the crayon. And I was like, where the heck is my crayon? And I was, like, walking around for, like, 20 minutes looking for it. And then I went to go take a bite of my hot dog, and it was the crayon. That sucked. Play-Doh is so salty. Yeah, but Play-Doh is, like, edible, though. Like, you can make Play-Doh at home. It's, like, super easy. Alright, hopefully this is enough to make it to the end. It should be. Because we should only be about 100 blocks out. And then we need to make some sort of wall. So we don't just, like, yeet out into the unknown and land in lava. Yeah, like Play-Doh, I'm pretty sure it's just, like, flour. It's, like, flour, cornstarch, and, like, a couple other things. There's, like, not much to Play-Doh. So I always felt weird about buying it once I learned that you could make it at home. I was just like, oh, like, I guess. I have a few, like, Christmas ornaments I made in, like, kindergarten still that were made out of, like, homemade Play-Doh, and, like, they're still kicking. They still end up on the Christmas tree every year. I've made Play-Doh at my PHP, and some kid tasted it and he threw up. I mean, just because it's edible doesn't mean it tastes good. It just means it's not toxic to your body if you ingest it. That's a very important distinction. I think that's the end of it right there, actually. Sorry if you can hear my cat in the background freaking out. We didn't immediately get out of bed at 5:30 today, and he just, like, went ballistic all morning, just meowing and being like, why aren't you guys up yet? Apparently, he had a schedule to keep. Yeah, here, we can just do this or something. I bet you can't solve 4 times 1,000 without a calculator. Oh, man. If only I was, like, some sort of, like engineer or something. Then I'd be able to do math. Like, even if I was, like, I don't know, like a mechanical engineering technologist, I feel like I'd be able to figure out that equation. But, alas, I am not. Okay. Let's see how long this takes. Yeah, no, this is, like, so much faster. Ollie. What's the matter, buddy? And that's why we put on the stone buttons, is for things like this. What I'm going to try and do is get far enough back. Ollie. Get out of here. Hopefully no more spawn up here, but I, can't tell. How much is 32 times 64? Well, okay, so here's how you would do that easily, right? 10 times 64, 640, right? So it's 640 times 3, right? So it'd be like 1800 plus 120, so 1920 plus 128. Because I think how that would work out. So it'd be like 48 plus 120. Mr. Ver, what do we think? This kitty cat today. He has a lot to say today. Just a second, I'm gonna go see what he wants. There we go. Sorry about that. My cat is just full of beans today. He's just decided that he has a lot to say and we're just going to have to hear about it. You're making breakfast again? I actually kind of wanted to make breakfast this morning, but I decided to do the stream instead. I got a couple dishes I need to do in a bit too. Nothing too major, because my wife was amazing this week and did the big pile of dishes. You deserve to eat. I am eating. I have a 2-liter of Diet Pepsi. And, a 2-liter of Diet Pepsi. You ate a frog for breakfast? Oh, so you went to IHOP? Ah! Ow. Yeah, okay, I probably deserve that one. Okay, what do we got? You know what's better than Diet Pepsi? Nothing? Just credits roll. Nah. Who needs food when you have Minecraft? And the friends you made along the way. Diet Pepsi is actually worse than normal Pepsi. In some cases. Like, here's the thing, right? Like, I drink a lot of pop. I always have. And until I am unable to do so, I probably always will. But I am making conscious efforts to drink less of it. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I genuinely am. But pop is kind of like my comfort food when I'm like upset or stressed. I drink pop to like soothe me, sort of. And it's kind of like, I hate like comparing it to this, but like it's kind of like my cigarette. So like when I'm stressed out or chilling or, whatever, I like just having like a pop. Just to like chill. But I definitely drink more of it than like anyone I know. And I know it's super bad for me. And I know that aspartame, while is bad for you. I'd rather drink a bunch of aspartame than the amount of sugar I would be drinking. So it's kind of like a, yes, it's bad, but it's not as bad as it could be. If I'm going to drink it, I might as well have the thing that's not as bad. And, like, aspartame is carcinogenic, which means, like, it technically causes cancer. And I'm well aware of that. So that's why I'm, like, making a conscious effort to just stop drinking pop, you know, in general, you know? But with it being the thing that's, like, my comfort thing when I'm stressed out, it's, like, hard to give it up. To put it in perspective, like, I did smoke in my 20s a little bit, my early 20s, for, like, I'd say in total, like, maybe a year and a half. And it was easier for me to go cold turkey on cigarettes than it was for me to stop drinking pop. Like, I've quote-unquote given up pop probably, like, I don't know, like 6-7 times now. But cigarettes, it was like, when I decided to quit, it was just like, oh yeah, I quit. And, like, I did start up briefly again, like, a few years later. But that was for, like, 6 months, and then once I just was like, yeah, no, what am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? I just stopped. Like, I remember I handed my lighter and my cigarettes to, like, my supervisor at work because she smoked the same brand. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, here, take these, I quit. She's like, oh, you're gonna want them back. I'm like, no, I won't. And, like, that was it. Like, I just straight up stopped. But, like, I get why people struggle with it. Like, it is a hard thing to give up. But I was never, like, my heart was never really in it for smoking. Like, it wasn't the thing that, like, comforted me. It was just something I just stupidly got addicted to. So it was a lot easier for me to give up smoking than it was for pop. But pop is something I, like, actually enjoy. So, let's not get that one. Really? It just took free will? Pretty much. I always tell people, like, if you're gonna, like, give up a bad habit or quit something that you don't like doing, unless you genuinely want to quit, you're not going to. Like, just plain and simple. You're just not. Your body, you're not gonna put in the effort. You're not gonna, you know, like, deal with the days where you're craving it. Like, you're just gonna cave, right? You need to genuinely want it, or you're not going to. And that's what happened with me with cigarettes, is, like, I never really enjoyed smoking. It was just something that I kind of got addicted to at some point. And then when I saw, like, I went skateboarding one day and I got super sick while skateboarding and I couldn't catch my breath. And I was like, oh, like, this is what this is doing to me? Like, yeah, no, we're going to cut this out. I like skateboarding more than I like smoking. So, like, you know, screw that. And, I remember a bunch of kids, like, watching me, like, trying to catch my breath, and I was, like, getting sick, and I just looked at them, and I just said, don't smoke. And they just kind of nodded their head at me. I was like, yeah, no, like, we're done with this. And that was, the beginning of the end of me smoking cigarettes. And, yeah. So, like I said, like, you're not gonna quit unless you genuinely want to. So... still getting job alerts on my phone. I used to be addicted too. I'm really glad you're better. Yeah, no, like, it's really not worth it. Like, if you're just doing it to look cool or whatever, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, especially if you're in high school, like, you're never gonna see, like, 95% of those people ever again. So, like, if you're doing it to impress those people, like, just don't. It's not worth it. You might maybe see, like, 10 of those people again in your life out of, like, the hundreds in your high school. But, like, if you're just doing it to be cool, just don't. Not worth it. Like, I didn't start smoking until I was in my 20s. Like, I actually didn't try anything other than alcohol until I was in my, like, until I was 19. And, you know, drinking's always just kind of been around, like, as you're a teenager and whatever, but, like... You know, when I got to my 20s, I was, you know, in a stressful time in a new city with new people, and, you know, if you're gonna do dumb stuff, you do it in college, unfortunately. And, you know, I made my mistakes, but learned from it, and I think I'm better because of it. I'm the kind of person that needs to, like, even though I know something is stupid, I need to experience it for myself to be like, oh, that's why it's stupid. You're gonna buy alcohol exactly on your 21st birthday? Well, put it this way. The first time I bought alcohol, like actually went out and bought it, I was 15. The town I grew up was a very busy, sort of touristy destination. And, basically I just stood outside a liquor store and paid a tourist who didn't live in the country to go in and buy it for me. And, again, don't ever do that. That's a really dumb idea. Even at the time, I thought it was a dumb idea, but my friends kind of convinced me to do it. And while it worked, and everybody was, like, super, like, yeah, like, you're the best. Like, thanks for doing this. Like, just don't. Like, it's not worth it. It's really not. I did a lot of dumb stuff just because my friends wanted me to. And, peer pressure's a bitch, but, you know, I always tried to cover my own ass at the very least. Alright, how much glowstone we get? We got a few stacks of it. It's actually, like, pretty good. What am I gonna try? I am. Bad boy, no cussing. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I think I was just cussing just to, like, drive home the seriousness of it, right? Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Like, I wish I never even tried all that stuff. Like, to this day, I'm just like, why did you do that? It was such a dumb idea. Alright, let's go grab some sand. And why is it always nighttime when I come here? I swear, like, without fail, it's, like, always night when I come to this place. Let's go find a bed. See, I don't know how the sand villages are, like, set up. Let me guess, there's a zombie nearby. Sorry, sir. I kind of need this. We're almost at 20 people, and we're only an hour in, so that's great. Okay. So here's the thing. Like, I kind of want to just grab the red sand. Because, like, it still turns into normal glass, and it's, like, kind of cooler than the regular sand. Not that I'm going to use regular sand for anything, but... You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you got it, might as well use it. Get out of here, sir. Like, there's definitely a bunch of mine shafts here, but I kind of don't care. Here. I guess this is sort of the reason why you don't get the red sand, because it eventually, once you go high enough, it just turns into terracotta. Here, we'll just go back. Like, I guess there's... We can... words. We can grab some from here, I guess. Well, I thought there's just one tree here. It's like the holy tree for the village. Here. Well... Grab some shulker boxes. There we go. And we'll grab our brand new shovel, which I need to give a name to this shovel. I don't know what to call it yet. But... ooh, that's smooth. I haven't owned a netherite shovel in I don't even know how long. It's just not something I ever really prioritize. Hear me out. The shovel. Alright, here. Let me put it over here. Fortunately, we're going to have all these twigs, but... it almost sounded like I said twinks. No, maybe I shouldn't say that on stream. I was about to say what the name for a bundle of sticks is, but I'm not trying to offend anybody. I was like, oh, I have a bundle of sticks. Hey, wait a minute. Do you have cactus? I do. I don't have it planted, but I do have a bunch back at the house. Also, hey, love. Yeah, apparently my wife was in the chat yesterday. She just wasn't really responding. But she was being supportive and watching the stream. Hey. Got your cool dude sunglasses on. You know, Stein plays royalty over here. God, we have so much stuff we need to watch today. This week, I streamed on Wednesday, which is like when all of our stuff gets uploaded. And so we missed all the stuff that got uploaded on Wednesday. Or like, not all of it, but like some of it. We watched Critical Role and we watched Campfire Cooking. But there was like an entire episode of Critical Role posted. And the episodes are usually like 4 to 5 hours long. Yeah, we're canonically calling my wife Maka. As a Soul Eater reference. Much like my skin. Which is like a little weird-ish. Because Maka is one of the students at the Death Weapon Meister Academy in the anime. And Stein's one of the professors, but... I don't know, people tend to like group them together in some like weird like... professor-student, like, kinky thing. Yeah, to be honest, like, out of all the cosplays I've seen of, like, Stein and Maka, it's usually, like, lesbian couples that dress up as them. I'm like, out of, like, all the stuff, like, because, like, I have a cosplay of Stein, and, like... I think I've maybe only ever seen like one other male dressed up as Stein, and it's always just been like 2 girls. It's not my fault Stein doesn't have a love interest. He does have a love interest. He has Marie. He's literally with her for like half the show. And I guess Maka's dad, like, sorta. Yeah, she's kind of forgettable. She has an eye patch. She turns into, like, this, like, weird giant hammer thing. I still think Stein's way cooler with the scythe than like the giant hammer, but his soul's more stable with the hammer because he actually loves Marie and blah 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 and anime reasons. So I don't know. Marie's a death scythe, but so is Maka's dad, and he's actually like a scythe. So Maka, you dropped your crown. I didn't see the crown pop up at first. I was like, well, you dropped your blank, and I was like, what do you mean she dropped your... Okay. It's probably the most red sand I've ever collected in any file ever, if I'm being honest. Like, you don't normally find these biomes that easily, so... I've never, like, gone out of my way to collect the red sand. I collect, like, some of it, and, like, I think I've used it for a build, like, maybe once on my single-player file. But I think I might have used a little bit of it in one of the villages. But I don't think I've ever actually just, like, gone out of my way to, like, collect a bunch of it. On the plus side, though, this is all normal terracotta, too, so... Once we're done digging up all this sand, we can collect a bunch of terracotta. Here. So many sticks. But what we'll do is we'll turn all this to glass. Ideally, I collect as much of this as I can, so I don't need to make like more trips than I have to. So I'd like to fill up all my shulkers if possible. And then we need to get a bunch of sea pickles to turn into lime green dye. And then we need to go put down all the glowstone we just collected, as well as we might need to, well, I mean, we're going to have to, AFK at the Prismarine farm a little bit. But I'm trying to think of a way to, like, make that more fun than just, like, standing there. Because, like, obviously you guys want to see me, like, do stuff. And I don't want to AFK off screen because then we're going to miss, you know, any funny things that happen. On the plus side, though, we're on day 399, so momentarily we'll be on day 400, which is pretty crazy. I definitely did not think we would last this long, especially since last stream I almost died like 3 times. But I really need to start carrying gold apples with me. I think, like, the next big build after we do the nether hub is I want to get on the nether roof and make a gold farm. Because once we have a gold farm, like, we can basically get anything. Woodland Mansion is right next thing, right? That too. I was actually thinking about that this morning because those Vexes did a lot of damage. And, like, while I wasn't wearing my chestplate, I was just wearing my, my Elytra. They still took me down to 2 hearts in one swing. I know there was like 6 of them, but still. So that's going to take a little bit more finesse, I think. I think we might be bringing some snow golems and iron golems with us. I think snow golems will be good for taking down the Vexes, even though they don't do damage. They'll just kind of like distract them a little bit. I'm hoping that when they get hit with the snowballs, they'll change targets and go after the snow golems. And I'll use iron golems to take out anything else, but the summoners are the ones that I need to kill myself. Preferably with my looting sword, so that I can get more totems of undying and we don't need to do a raid. But, like, to be honest, doing a raid would actually probably be safer. So, I don't know. I was kind of thinking about it as I woke up this morning, just like, yeah, how am I going to do that? Because I barely like doing those in normal difficulty, let alone hardcore. So, I think we'll cross that bridge once we get to it, but for now, it might be... Like, I plan on doing it this week, probably. Like, probably Wednesday's stream or whenever I stream next. Ow. Invisible spider. Didn't even see him. Okay, get out of here. Let me get all this before it despawns. Okay. Yeah, I can't actually believe how close that woodland mansion is. They're usually... So, like, for anyone who doesn't know, woodland mansions usually spawn at minimum 4,000 blocks away from spawn. That's, like, kind of the average. So, to find one within 1,200 blocks of world spawn is actually, like, pretty rare. So, that's why I was, like, so dumbfounded when we found that. Because, like, I was just like, that shouldn't happen. Here. Uh-oh. That guy had a bow. It looked like it had punch on it. But what I'm hoping... Ow. Is I can get that creeper to get hit by it. Come on. Hit the creeper. Ah. Fine, whatever. Just don't want to accidentally die to a skeleton. Or the stupid Enderman, which I also hate fighting. I always feel like every time I end up fighting an Enderman, it's not because I stared at them. I just, like, accidentally glanced at one without realizing it. And then I just continue on with what I'm doing, and all of a sudden I start getting attacked for, like, massive damage. I'm like, what the heck? Actually, do I have that boat on me still? I don't. Dang. I feel better talking to you than my own family, bro. What is this magic? I mean, it's probably teenage angst. I don't know. Family's hard, right? My family is... We all love each other, but we're all very different people. So, as you get older, you kind of learn to stop caring so much about the differences and caring about the time together. And, like, you know, it's not always fun, but, like, you know, at the end of the day, they are your family, and as long as they're not, like, abusive or anything like that, like, there's no reason why you shouldn't love your family. Even if you don't have the same interests. You know, I find it very hard to relate to my mom a lot of times, because we just have very different views on things. She's more of a feelings thinker, and I'm more of a logic thinker, so usually when we argue, it's because she's like, I feel that this is the answer, that this is, like, the right answer, and I'm like, no, this is the logic answer, and this is the one that, while, you know, sounds a little heartless, is the proper answer, and so we argue a lot. But I still love my mom, and she still loves me, and we do disagree a lot, but, you know, at the end of the day, as long as we can agree to disagree on some stuff, then, you know, we're good. You know, I'm sure she doesn't agree with all the decisions I've made, and she knows I don't agree with some of the decisions she's made, so. But she's still my mom, so. Family's just complicated. There's no manual for getting along with all your family, right? Dodge and weave. Ow. Look at this dude. These husks. Speaking of which, Husk from Has Been Hotel. Ow. He is a cool cat. Ow, that shovel did 2.5 hearts. Jesus. Love is in the eyes of the beholder. I just thought of love is in the eyes of the beholder. But instead of like the beholder as in like, you know, the person who has the love or the eyes. I just thought of a beholder from D&D. It's like a creature that has like just a bunch of eyes. That'd make a funny t-shirt. Probably already exists. Husk is my favorite. Yeah, apparently Vivian Medrano's like little sister or something drew Husk. And that's why Husk has so much more detail than all the other characters, because like she just like focused only on Husk, and like Vivian Medrano saw it and was just like, huh, I'm gonna use that. Husk is great. Oh, we got a music disc. Okay, knock it off. Hey, Adian Pros, what's going on? Good to see you, my friend. Oh, I just missed that. I was looking at chat. Why is all the mobs here all of a sudden? Here, music disc. What did we get? Melahai. Hello, people. Wems lover. Is that Wembu? What up, Wembu? I'm assuming that's you. YouTube changed this, and now everybody has to go by their handle rather than their channel name. But I'm assuming Wems lover is you know, the fan of Wembu. How are you? I'm okay. It's been kind of a weird week. You know, we had my grandma pass away and started a new job, so just a lot of different emotions this week, but you know, we're getting through it. Yo, Niltag made it. There you go. Yeah, sorry, you showed up at the end of the stream yesterday and I felt so bad. But yeah, no, it's been an interesting week to say the least. But we're through it. It's Sunday. Just gonna chill, do some laundry, watch some stuff today. I'm not even on the leaderboard. What? Yeah, you are. You're number 1. Guys, I'm not winning. Looks in first place. Sorry about your grandma. Thank you. I miss a lot of streams. Yeah, well, I don't know, Wembu. You've been busy, right? Everybody still knows who you are, so don't worry. You're one of my first, like, long-term followers in the stream, so... And we're up to 27 and 8 likes. Wow, okay. Sorry, I've been trying to make a habit of like not looking at the concurrent viewers and likes as much, because then I just focus and talk the whole stream about that, and like not just like things people actually care about. You know, like I care about that, but you know, it's not exactly what everybody else is here for. They're not here to hear me talk about statistics. How's my wife? She's good. She's in the chat, or at least she was. But yeah, no, she's around. She's actually in the other room right now. I think she's watching me on our TV in our bedroom or something, and doing some crochet work. Yeah, no, she's here. I'm doing good. Been fighting a cold. Yeah, I know I can hear you coughing in the other room. I feel bad. I woke up, my voice is a little raspy this morning too, but I had a drink and it seemed to have subsided. We just got this new like humidifier slash air purifier thing for Black Friday sales, and it seems to be helping a little bit, but I can't say for sure. Day 400. Yeah, day 400, guys. We made it. Popping off for day 400. We're almost at 10 likes. Holy crap. I find it so cool you guys are in the same house that she watches you playing with crochet in her room. Like, it's genuinely adorable. Well, my wife is very sweet and very supportive. Even when I'm annoying her with YouTube statistics, she still pretends to be interested in me shouting numbers at her. Stein is a red flag. He knows that his wife is sick, so he's playing Minecraft instead of helping her. Hey man, look, I almost made my wife a tea this morning, but she wasn't out of bed fast enough. You should bring me soup for real. You and your soup. My wife's been on a soup kick lately. I don't know if it's really a soup kick. She just likes soup, but... I'm not a big soup person. I don't like hot liquid food. Like, I don't like hot chocolate. I'm not a big coffee person. I'm not a big tea person. I'm not a big soup person. Like, ramen noodles are, like, decent, but, like, it's not, like, my, like, top 10 favorite foods. You know what I mean? What do you mean it's my fault you didn't make me tea? I was hoping I'd get a reaction out of you for saying that. I mean, I can make you a tea. We can have, like, Saturday tea time. I mean, Viralink's not here for the emojis in the chat, but... Yeah, Wembu, you gonna take care of my wife for me? Well, you don't think I can multitask? You don't think I can make tea and stream at the same time? I'm the best streamer around. What are you talking about? I almost went full. Like, what are you talking about? It's Sunday, but I'd still love some tea. You want some tea? I'll make you some tea. Just let me make sure there's no invisible spiders anywhere. Alright, I won't even pause the mic. It's right here. Alright, guys, let's make some tea. We're doing this. We're gonna make some gosh darn tea. I keep having to, like, censor myself. I keep going to swear, and then it's just like, ah. You don't get your tea. Oh god, it's snowing. Oh god, it's snowing. You're all secretly my fans. He's just the package deal. Okay. I see how it is.
Wembu's only watching because of my wife. Jeez, I have all the girls in my chat fantasizing about my wife. What is this? Or at the very least, those who identify as female. I don't actually know for sure, but... yeah, me and Wembu and Luna are besties. Clearly. I just pay the bill, right? Feel like I'm like at lunch with like all my wife's friends and they're all chatting away, being gossipy, and they're like, oh yeah, you can just take care of the bill. You can just stream. You can just do your little stream thing. The ultimate trio. Yeah. The 3 most supportive women in my life are all people on my stream. No, that's not true. Alright, how are we doing for... See, it's messing me up now because now the terrain's all different because I've taken all the sand away and it looks different. How are we looking here? We have... That's a lot of sand. It's definitely not enough to finish the build, but with what we have back home, like, it's more than a double chest worth. Oh, there's one more stack here. But yeah, no, like, by now we would have already had to go back home to, repair the shovel. What are you getting all the sand for? I'm getting it so we can finish off the nether hub. Because the nether hub is 11 layers stacked on top of each other of glass. And, you know, that obviously requires a lot of sand, so... So here, we'll head back. The good thing is we have the new ice highway, so it takes way less time to get home. So here. Yeah, there's this patch too, but I'm kind of nervous about it. My question is, where does the stairwell start? There we go. I guess it's kind of faster to just do that anyways. But what we can do is... Oh, will this work? Heck yeah. You can just phase right through it. So yeah, here. Rolling around at the speed of fast. In my boat, gonna cover my ass. 'Cause this song's probably copyrighted. I don't know. I don't know if Crush 40 has copyright on their songs because, like, technically they're Sonic songs, but, like, they are a band. This dude... Yeah, this is why I need to put the buttons down. It's not that many mobs, but still. Oh, by the way, I also drained an ocean monument in Minecraft Hardcore. It only took me, like, 4 live streams. My dude. Get out of here. Yeah, it took a long time, but it's definitely worth it, right? Like, you basically have infinite blocks and infinite sea lanterns. So, can't really complain. Alright, we're back. So, is this... This one has the glowstone. Let me... Am I still... Yeah. Fly down here. The good thing is these give off the same light level as sea lanterns. So we can kind of mix and match, because like once we put the carpet on top, it's not going to matter. We'll just do that or something. You guys and your tea. Well, guess what? It's tea time. It's tea time. Optimus tea. Just go like full Master Chief with it. Luna coming in with the tea emojis. Virulink will be proud. I'm actually kind of shocked Virulink hasn't shown up yet. They're usually pretty good about hopping in for at least a second in the stream, but they must be busy today. There you go. So yeah, once we fill in all this area, like, that's kind of it. Like, obviously this is going to take a bit of sea lanterns to do, but... here. Let me... pop back over to the house for a sec. Welcome to the segment called Tea Time with Stein. Kind of like that, actually. Yeah, it's the part where I make tea for my wife, and she gives it a rating of between 1 and 10. The rating very much depends on how much sugar is in the tea. Madame, has he acquired your tea yet? No, the thing just stopped boiling. Give me a sec, guys. Jeez. Alright, one sec. I gotta go make the tea. Yeah, it's actually snowing pretty good outside right now. Gotta get the cat mug. You'll get your tea. Okay. Throw some cream in that dish. Some hot water. Alright, guys. Stein should make a gazebo. Why a gazebo for tea time? I mean, we could. A tea gazebo. Alright. Let me put the cream away, because we've ruined too many creams. Alright, we're back. Tea achieved. The tea has been achieved, my friends. You believe these guys, Jeeves? God damn it. There we go. Alright. We've officially got tea. The tea is made. Let's get some glass going. Hand delivered and everything. I know, right? It's almost like I love my wife or something. Okay. This is the packed ice ones. These are all the sand ones. There we go. Great service. Is it good? Is it to Madame standards? Oh yeah, we got a new music disc. Let's go try this out. Stein can now be a food delivery. Absolutely not. I'm so glad I got out of like fast food work before like Skip the Dish and like Grubhub and stuff was a thing. Wait, which one's this? Music. Jukebox. Oh, yeah, this is like the sneaky one. This is like a Link to the Past Zelda dungeon music or something. Look at that, we have 4 of the music discs now. I would love to go make a music disc trap. It's actually like pretty easy. Intense moments. It needs to cool down. We'll update later. Yeah, you got people waiting with bated breath about the T rating. I like picture you like Julius Caesar with like the thumbs up or the thumbs down, and there's like a crowd of people watching. Seriously, Stein, it's too hot. Can't believe this. He didn't blow it for you. I got a Malahai music disc. He didn't blow it for you. I mean, I could make a blowing joke, but I'm not going to. Empty, empty, empty. Almost empty. Alright. Alright, we still got a few empty ones, so that's good. Actually, you know what? I'll probably bring one with me, because then we can use it for sea lanterns. So, while that all cooks... Yeah, I knew Luna would get a kick out of that. What are we doing here? Okay. Let me grab the buns, because we need some buns for making sea pickles, because we need a metric butt ton of those. By the way, a butt ton is actually a real measurement. It has to do with barrels. Fun fact. So when someone says I need a butt ton of something, that is actually a real thing. Oops. The more you know. He said butt. I had a professor, or not professor, I guess a teacher. Might as well have been a professor, honestly, in high school. And he taught physics. And he'd always like do his notes like using one of like the overhead projectors. And then he'd like, you know, tell us something, but then he'd write butt in like big letters. And then he'd wait for someone, like, he wouldn't continue until someone said, "That's a really big butt." And he'd be like, "Thank you." And then he would continue on with the lesson. What up, Gilfor? AKA Gilmore the Fourth. I'm just gonna get rid of this guy. Just want him to not blow that up. Yeah. Funnily enough, his last name started with the letter Z. Or Z for you Americans. Yeah, I don't know if Americans really are aware of that, but in Canada, like, you know, XYZ. In Canada, it's XYZ. nobody really cares that much. Like, if they kind of use it interchangeably, but technically the Canadian pronunciation is Zed. A little Canadian trivia for you. That's 3 whole letters. I mean, like, kinda. It does kind of seem like a typo now that you look at your keyboard. That's actually kind of funny. It's like some Canadian was typing it out one day and just accidentally put a D instead of an E. And like, see, it was supposed to be Z. And they're just like covering their ass. It's actually kind of funny. Let's see. Can I do this with a blast furnace? Can you actually do this? Maybe. Let's take a peek. Because if that's the case, that'll be much faster. Nope. Ugh. Alright. Here. I'll do it with this. Oh, right. I can't. It's, this hopper, unfortunately, is locked by one of these 2 levers. So, that was just kind of a failure in design on my part. My part. Here, we'll just swap these out. There we go. We will have enough glass to last us a little while at the very least. I don't know if it's going to be enough to finish the whole build, but it'll definitely provide a little bit. My fart, lol. Yeah, I misspoke. What do you want from me? Guys, we're almost 2 hours in. We're not even 2 hours in yet, and we're at less views tonight, but we're less views for this stream than yesterday's, but we're at 41 viewers. Good night, everyone. It's past midnight already. I need some sleep. All right, Wembu. Again, I appreciate all the support. I know it's late for you when I stream, so you're the real MVP. I've actually been meaning to check out like actual Wembu, just out of curiosity. Maybe I'll do that today. There we go. Got some lime dye. Get some glass. Make some lime glass. Huh, you actually get quite a bit out of that. I wasn't sure like how the conversion would be, but we actually won't need nearly as many sea pickles as I thought, which is very, very good. Yeah, here, I want to keep all the glass together. Yeah, here. And I'll move all this stuff. Not that I really need copper right now, but you know, it's always good to kind of have some on hand. And then we'll grab I honestly might need some new shears. I know the ones I was using were like kind of low. Here, just make some. Because we're definitely going to need a bunch of carpet. I don't want that to be the thing that was like... I was so happy when I made the stream yesterday and realized you were ending it. Yeah, sorry. I felt so bad about that. I think I even said it to my wife afterwards. I was like, oh man. No tag showed up like right at the end. That's happened a couple times now where people, like not just you, but like other people show up like right as I'm ending it. But I wasn't honestly sure how weekend streams would go because like, you know, usually I, like for the past like 10 months now, I've been streaming at like 6 a.m. and just streaming until like around like 10, sometimes longer, sometimes till noon. And so I wasn't sure how it would work out, right? Because like, you know, my audience doesn't usually watch me on weekends, but I know a few of you guys were like asking about it, like, oh hey, like, are you streaming today on the weekend? And I'm like, oh no, sorry, like I don't do that on weekends. So part of me was like, yeah, no, like it's gonna be good. Like all the people that were asking me to stream on weekends now can like, you know, show up and see me stream on weekends, but I wasn't sure if we get a lot of viewers, and turns out I'd actually get quite a few viewers. I'm actually arguably getting more viewers on the weekend streams than I would normally get on the weekday ones, so can't really complain about that. Let me just grab some more stuff here. Is this one empty? Here, I'm gonna start filling this with stuff we're gonna need. There we go. There. Yeah, and this definitely isn't going to be enough glass, but it's definitely going to get us closer. And while this pops off, I'll leave it here so I don't get messed up. Let's head over to the prismarine farm, because we actually don't need that much glowstone or prismarine, and the entire bottom will be finished. So I'm hoping if we AFK for like maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that might actually be enough. Coming in for a landing. Ow. Here. Sort of see them. Here, actually, I can even do the X-ray pack. I'll take the Fulbright away. I'm actually shocked this X-ray pack still works. It's from like 1.19. There we go. Just so you guys can kind of see what's going on. A little bit of an illusion. Wow, it's really snowing outside right now. Looks like wet snow too. That sucks. Yeah, it's only 0 degrees out. That's actually gonna make for a really bad time. It's gonna be all packing snow, but if it gets colder all of a sudden, all the water underneath is gonna freeze into ice. Be great for making a snowman right now, though, or like some kind of snow fort. Yeah. Growing up in Canadian schools, like you would think like, oh yeah, like you guys probably like have snowball fights and make snowmen and stuff like that, like at recess in school and stuff. No. In school, they typically make it so that you can't do like snowball fights or snowmen or any like snow related activities. 8 out of 10 T today, guys. So like pretty good. That's like an A, right? It's like a B plus or an A minus. I'll take it. $54 for me. Yeah. Niltag, where are you from? Like, you don't have to say, like, what city, but just, like, approximation. It depends on the grading system. Different countries have different grading systems. Get an A next time, Stein. Yeah, no, I'm so average. I'm sorry. I'm just mid. That's what you kids use for language nowadays, right? Mid. I'm hip. I know the kids' lingo. I'm only 300 years old. Just like Master Roshi trying to be cool. Look at all these dudes. You're from the US? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, but the US is huge. Like, you can have different weather in, like, all different parts of the US. So I'm hopefully... Like, you guys see how fast this is going, right? So I'm hoping we end up with enough crystals. I don't know if we'll have enough to finish the entire bottom floor, but if we can finish the bottom floor off and then run back and grab more carpet, we might actually be able to finish this today. I'm being, like, very optimistic right now, but... you're in New England? Why aren't you in Old England? I should have figured he was from the USA when he said he was 54 degrees. Yeah, that's true. 54 degrees Celsius would be like things are on fire. Be like worse than Arizona. From Mississippi, so I'm really close to Florida. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Florida doesn't really get snow. It does sometimes, but like rarely. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know a lot about like the individual states and like what they're known for in terms of like like weather and like, you know, like Texas is like big Texas hats and guns and cowboys and stuff, right? And like just like the tropes of each state. I don't know like the stereotypes, I guess. Like New England, I know nothing about New England. I know Mississippi, just like classic Mississippi, but I'm sure it's not like the same. Just from like, like old texts we'd had to like read in school, like, the 1800s Mississippi. Yeah, Florida has oranges, that's true. Aaron from Game Grumps is from Florida. That's so like anything I know about Florida is mostly through that. That's fair. I don't know much about Canada. Most Americans don't. A lot of Americans think Canadians are like in snowshoes all the time and like always say a boot instead of a bout. Like we do say sorry a lot. That is actually like a thing though. Canadians, like, at least in my observations, I've noticed that Canadians do apologize a lot. New England calls sprinkles jimmies. Yeah, I had that happen to me once when I was working in high school. Because, like, I worked at a Dairy Queen all through high school. And someone came in and like, oh, yeah, can you put jimmies on it? And I was like, what the hell is a jimmy? And I was, like, looking at them like they were dumb. And they're like, jimmies. And I was like, I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then, like, one of my coworkers is like, sprinkles. I was like, oh. They're like, yeah, that's what we call them where we're from. Like, we have what you guys would call what do we call it? We call it score. You guys call it Heath bar. We have M&Ms, I think we have M&Ms, you guys have Smarties, or the other way around. We have Smarties and you guys have M&Ms, but like we carry both in Canada. It's just like a thing that is more common. Yeah, no, there's a few like very subtle differences. You guys have Butterfinger, we have Crispy Crunch. It's literally exactly the same bar, it's just like a different name for it. But Canada does have some cool stuff too that you guys don't have. For example, like we have ketchup chips, which you guys don't typically have in America. And before you guys ask, like, no, they don't taste like ketchup the sauce, but like they have like it's like a seasoning called ketchup. We also have all dressed chips, which are amazing. All dressed chips, they're like it's basically if you mixed like salt and vinegar, barbecue, and I don't know if you'd mix sour cream chips in there or not, but we'll say like, just for the sake of arguments, it's like salt and vinegar and barbecue chips like mixed together. They're pretty good. All right, let's see how we did. Hopefully we got at least a few. I'll take that. And there's some crystals. Here, we'll... Yeah, that's like a stack. That's like not bad, actually. And we'll grab some more of these guys. All Dress has 5 flavors. Yeah, I was kind of hoping you would chime in, honestly, because I don't know what flavors All Dressed is made of, but I just know I like it. And we have our fancy nether portal here, which is very, very helpful. Both are really common here. Gotcha. My bad. It's barbecue, salt and vinegar, ketchup, and sour cream and onion. Oh, there you go. Have you seen those videos of that are British high schoolers trying American foods? I have, actually. I've seen a couple clips of it. I saw them, I also saw that video of, it was like 2 British guys trying like Southern barbecue. And they're trying to use like forks and knives, and everyone just walks over. They're just like, look, we're going to be nice to you guys because like you're guests here, but like you don't do that here. You use your hands. And they're like, what? And they're like, yeah, man, you dig in with your hands. You don't use your forks and knives here for Southern barbecue. That's not how we roll here. And they're like, oh, okay, like, sorry. Like, we know you're new, like, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but yeah, no, you don't do that here. So yeah, we gotta fill in that area here. And then we need to cover all of back there and here and dig out the rest of this with carpet. It's pretty funny, yeah. Honestly, I love barbecue food. I would love to like have like actual like Southern barbecue. I've had it like once or twice and it's so good. To be fair though, we have like pea-meal bacon too, which is like way better than normal bacon. Well, I shouldn't say that. Normal bacon's pretty good, but personally, I like Canadian bacon a little bit better. It's got like a cornmeal spread around the sides of it, and it's like a thicker cut of pork. It's pretty good. And like our maple syrup is better for sure, and our beer. Our beer is stronger than American beer. That's the thing though, like when I was a kid, now who decides that? As someone who used to go across the border like pretty much once a week as a kid and you know, get US goods and bring them back to Canada before the border got really bad after 9/11. Like, I'll admit Americans have a lot better flavor selection and like better food overall than Canadians, I would say. And that's not to say I don't like Canada's food. Like, I love Canadian food, like poutine. Like, no offense, but you guys are not beating poutine. It's like French fries with cheese and gravy on it. Like, that's, you know, can't beat that. But like, for example, you guys have way better Pop-Tart flavors. Like I used to eat a lot of Pop-Tarts in high school. Not anymore, but I used to. And I remember going across the border and you guys had like so many more flavors of Pop-Tarts than we do in Canada. We'd have like 4 flavors. And then we'd get like, we go to the States and there'd be like 20 other flavors I've never seen before. And I'm like, those are just cheesy fries? Not exactly. If you have like a real Canadian poutine, it's like it's not cheese fries. Yeah, the Oreo selection, that's another one too. You guys have way more Oreos than us. But like when I was super young, we used to drive across the border because my dad was a mechanic. And what we would do, and this was like, keep in mind, I was like 3 or 4 years old. This is way before like 9/11 and border security was like way higher. We would go across the border every Friday, and my dad would bring a bunch of jerry cans because he was a mechanic and he worked on a lot of cars, right? So we'd go across the border and we'd get like his jerry cans. We'd fill them up with gas because you guys' gas was way cheaper. And then we'd also get like your gallons of milk because milk was just an expensive thing. It still kind of is in Canada, but American milk is way cheaper. And so we'd get like 3-4 gallons of milk to kind of last the week between me and my siblings, or like our cereal and cooking and whatever. And then we'd bring it across the border again and like pay the duty on it. But like it was so much cheaper than buying it in Canada. And then when 9/11 happened and they kind of shut down the border a little bit and like they upped the security and stuff, it just wasn't realistic to do that anymore. And that's when we kind of stopped going. It also didn't help too that like we'd go with my mom sometimes. And like for those of you who don't know, my mom is like African American. But me and my siblings, like my siblings are a little darker than me, but I'm pretty white. So we'd go across and it'd be like essentially this black woman with a bunch of white kids, and she'd get stopped for quote unquote random questioning every single time, and it just got so annoying that we just kind of went like, yeah, let's just not do this anymore. It was just kind of frustrating. My mom has been stopped by Border Patrol so many times because like she was adopted into a white family too, so like all of her like mom and dad and siblings are all white and she was black. So whenever they went across the border when she was a kid too, they get stopped for, again, quote unquote random questioning. And it's just really frustrating and annoying to deal with, so we just kind of stopped. Bro, we have every Pop-Tart flavor you can imagine. Yeah, you really do. Like, you guys had the cookie dough Pop-Tarts way before we did. Like, you had them like 3-4 years before we got them in Canada. If any Americans can send me pretzel M&Ms, I'd be eternally grateful. Oh my god. Yeah, that's been a quest of ours because they stopped selling pretzel M&Ms in Canada, and my wife loves them. And now we have all the Christmas candy and stuff coming out. We were hoping that they would like release them as like a Christmas flavor. And we were at the grocery store yesterday, and I was looking and I didn't see them. But yeah, no, I would love to set up some kind of like PO box or something. Because like obviously I don't want to use like my actual address, so you guys could send me stuff. That's a little sketchy, but if I could set up a PO box and then have you guys like send us stuff, that would be sick. You can get like pretzel M&Ms for my wife. Get the hook up. I'm sure she'd be stoked on that. Yeah. Like I said, like I have no like issues with Americans or anything at all, but I would rather live in Canada than the US. I know Trump's trying to annex Canada, which is like pissing everybody off, but I was really glad I could hang out. Oh, all right, Luna. Take care. Again, thanks for hanging out with the stream. Everybody give a shout out to Luna. Luna's been really cool, aka Moon Fairy now. I feel like Luna's whole persona is just like fairies and moon stuff and fae related things and nerd stuff. Kind of seems that way. Especially from the Discord profile picture. Hey, we're up to 10 likes now too, guys. 10 likes, 45 viewers, killing it. Not bad for a Sunday stream, not too bad at all. All right. Well, guys, I know this is kind of boring to AFK here, so what I'll probably end up doing is I'll wait here a couple more minutes just to see how many sea lanterns we get. And then what I'll do is I can go make some more fire res and we can fly around the nether and just collect a bunch of glowstone because I think that'll be way faster. We should be able to finish this off like pretty quick and then just laying down all the glass in like one layer will be way faster. So, because like I'm pretty sure the glass is still cooking back at the base. Base is like off that direction. So we'll get back and we'll have like a full double chest full of glass that we can turn into, I hope, a bunch of lime glass. And then we can go from there. I need to put mending on these too. There's a prod on them. I don't know where my other gold boots are. I had gold boots somewhere. I know I didn't break them. At least I don't think I did. Let's see here. Yeah, that's actually a lot of crystals. There we go. Get those sea lanterns, son. There, that's like 100 of them. That's like actually pretty good. I don't know what made it better this time around, but either way. Okay. I actually saw American Heritage here earlier. They were pretty chatty for a few streams. But I don't know if they're still sticking around and just not talking or what's going on, but either way. They're South American, I think. So yeah, here, let me see how this is going. And then we can make some fire res. Why did all this stop? Really? We burned through all that fuel? No. I mean, I guess we did. Huh. Like, I know I'm not converting this into slabs like I was doing before, but I just figured it would last a lot longer. But that's fine. Like, worst comes to worst, I can just use, like, actual fuel, like coal and stuff, but... Because now that we're doing this, we can definitely save on that. The other thing, too, is, like, I kind of want to replace all the top chests. So, if you guys didn't know, you know how, like, when you have a solid block on top of a chest, you can't open it? If you put a trapped chest instead, the one that gives off a redstone signal... you can actually open it through solid blocks. It's an old trick from like way back in the day. Like way back in the long ago. If you put a trap chest on top, it still works. I don't know if it's patched out. I doubt it. Because like, why would you bother doing that? But in case you ever have a build like this where you just don't want to put glass or like an opaque block on top. That's the sort of shortcut you use to get around that. But here, we can fill all this up. There we go. And, oh yeah, I moved it over here. Duh. There we go. That's like pretty good. It's not completely full, but pretty close. I just got like the biggest urge to just like watch a whole bunch of anime today. Here we go. I really want to finish. I started watching like the really old card captors. I know it's not exactly like a manly anime, but it was on like YTV and Teletoon growing up. And I never got to watch it like in order. And like, while it is about like it's like a magical girl anime, so like I get that it's not exactly like a, you know, something a straight man in their 30s should be watching, but the story itself is actually like pretty solid. And I always just wondered like how that show went. So I started watching it again recently. And you know, it definitely holds up, but I just haven't had enough time to sit down and actually like finish it. I just want to get through like season 1 and like maybe season 2. I tried doing that with Metabots as well, and I got through season 1, and realized that a lot of the voice acting and stereotypes was like actually like kind of racist. So I kind of stopped watching it when I got to season 2. I was like, that's There we go. There, that's like pretty good. And then we need to make fire res. So I'll grab my mob drops and we'll grab magma cream. Maybe I'll make 2. Well, much nether wart do I have? The problem is I'm running out of nether wart and I need to make a nether wart farm. I've just been kind of too lazy to do it. Here, I actually need arrows. That's fine. And I think I have blaze rods in here somewhere. Yeah. There's some blaze powder. And we'll pop one of those in. Have you seen Black Clover? I haven't. I sort of know what it's about. Oh, actually, no, it's not magma cream first. It's this first. I haven't watched it. I sort of know what it's about, but I've heard it's really good. Like, oddly enough, the I've been sort of wanting to watch what's the show called? The one with All Might and Deku. My Hero Academia. That one. I've been sort of wanting to try and give that a try. But I also kind of want to rewatch Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter, it's like, it kind of gives me like original Dragon Ball vibes for the first little bit of it, and then it kind of starts to get like more serious later. How did you even do that? Yeah, like how did he actually do that? Maybe when everything goes to sleep, I'll let him out. But yeah, no, he shouldn't have been able to get in there. There. Oh, I need, there we go. Grab some redstone. For anyone who doesn't know, redstone extends the length of a potion. So if it only lasts 3 minutes, it'll last 8 minutes. And then if you want to turn it into a splash potion, just think like a creeper explosion, you use gunpowder. And that makes it so when you throw it, it like explodes the potion kind of thing. Just like how I remember it anyways. Yeah, here. So let me see if I can free this guy. There. Dang it. I'm gonna have to put a block here, probably. Here. Do this. Do this. There. And then, so yeah, so we got 3 minutes, and you pop in your redstone, and it makes it 8 minutes. And I don't need these to be splash potions, so that's fine. Hey, we had 50 people, just like yesterday. And right around the same time, I think, too, so that's cool. So, hopefully everybody's been kind of enjoying the stream. I know we've got kind of a lot going on right now, but it's weird. Like, it feels like it's a lot, but, like, it's really not. Let me just kind of organize my potions here. Yeah, we definitely need that. Toss this in here for now. And how would be for rockets? Probably have some, like, just lying around somewhere. I don't want to make more if I already have them. Oh, I need carrots. Another one of my favorites is blue box. I don't think I've ever heard of blue box. Got our prismarine. Oh, I know one of these has rockets. Really? Alright, there. Here, I'm only going to do half because I don't want it to take up my entire inventory. That should be fine. We have backups in the ender chest. So we'll do that. And then I need to grab a bit of food. I would recommend watching that with the wife. Yeah. My wife and I, like, the animes we watch together are usually more like feel-good animes. You know, I grew up watching a lot of, like, Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon and Digimon and all that. Actually, funnily enough, we were watching PewDiePie yesterday. And he was, like, with his family somewhere. And I saw in the background, they brought it into frame, but it was a picture of a building. And it's, if anyone who's watched season 1 of Digimon, where they're fighting, like when they're back in the real world and they're fighting, what's his name, Myotismon. And there's like the building with like, it's like a round ball, and they end up throwing the ball at Myotismon. That building, apparently, I didn't realize this, is a real building. And, yeah, they were there. So I was like, oh man, I know that. This is a nice little Easter egg for me in PewDiePie's video. I wish I knew what it was in real life, but in the anime, I'm pretty sure it was like a television broadcast building or something. Warbcool666 in Twitch. How's it going, buddy? We're in the Elytra. That's good. I hate to just plummet to my death. Yeah, here. Let me try and fill in this area that's still covered. That gives me a platform so I can dig out the rest of it as we go up. Oh yeah. It's good. How are you? Pretty good. We're just hanging out. You know, we're up to 11 likes on the stream on the YouTube side, so that's pretty good. Got 2 or 3 people watching on Twitch. Oh my god, what happened to my voice? There we go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need like, I think we need 4 or 5 stacks of glow blocks. And we should be good. I think it's 4. But we might have to like fill in like the little gaps in here and stuff. So let's see if we can fly out. I have fire res on now, so I'm wondering, so this tunnel here is actually right below the one that leads to the sand place. They actually both go to the same place, just this one leads more directly into the bastion. And so this one also leads through all of the nether fortresses and stuff as well. I like your totem. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's actually a really easy resource pack, guys. If you go to, if you just look up like Skin MC totem pack, you can do the same thing for yours as well. And Warpcool just followed. Thank you. So here, let me make sure I have fire res on me. And once we break into a little more open area, I can fly around and look for some more glowstone. But if we can try and get 4.5 stacks, that's probably enough. And hey, we just hit 200 views. That's great. So I don't think this tunnel is completely enclosed. Yeah, no, there's the opening right here. And the good thing is we built all of our stuff on the axes, so you can see my z-axis is 0. So as long as I get back to z0, we can always find our way back home. Okay. Sorry about all the coughing. Here, let's get these guys out of here. These guys can wreck your day real fast if you're not careful. They trap you against a wall, they'll just eat through your HP. Here, I'm gonna have a quick snack while they charge towards me menacingly. But yeah, no. Magma slimes are surprisingly dangerous. They don't seem like it. They seem like the other just like normal slimes. But even those guys, if they trap you up against a wall, like they'll just like boom, 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 like hit you really, really quick. And then it's GG. Alright. Bust out the Silk Boy. Let's do this. Oops. Just grabbing a couple of building blocks here. One Piece is really good, but it's just way too long. Yeah, I had a friend in high school who was like obsessed with One Piece. And like since then, it's, you know, like another like 400 plus episodes have probably come out, so. But yeah, no, One Piece is great. Like, I have no problem with it. Like, I like the fight scenes and stuff, and like the transformations remind me a lot of like Dragon Ball transformations. But Samuel L. Jackson actually loves One Piece. He's a very big fan of that. You know, the snakes on a plane guy. For anyone who doesn't know who that is. Or Nick Fury from the Avengers. Yeah, he's really, really big One Piece supporter. I think he actually wanted to do a cameo in the live action one for Netflix, and he didn't get in to do it. But I'm pretty sure he wanted to actually go in and like be a part of that project because he was like so excited about it. Yeah, here we can take this down. How much did that give us? 35. So yeah, this actually won't take very long at all. Probably faster than AFKing. We'll just fly around, steal a bunch of glowstone, make some friends along the way. Like these guys. You know, I got gold boots, you got a gold helmet, we're practically best friends. Alright, let's see. See, these ones that are stuck against the roof like this, I don't want to grab, because, like, there's no real safe way to grab it. But, yeah, so there's fortress number, well, this is fortress number 1. But if we can sneak on through here, we'll end up at the second fortress. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of glowstone in crimson biomes. But can sort of get around that. One thing I really want to do with my hardcore world is custom hats, kind of like Hermitcraft. Yeah, so I actually saw yesterday, funny that you bring up Hermitcraft. One of the season 11 videos was actually suggesting my stream yesterday. I saw it in my analytics, which is pretty crazy to me that something like, you know, as big as Hermitcraft is, you know, suggesting my stream. Sorry, just one second. I'm gonna have a sip. My throat is so dry. There we go. Jeez, we're just getting more and more snow. But yeah, no, Hermitcraft was actually, it was suggesting my stream yesterday, which I thought was pretty crazy. Right? Like, I think that's sort of impressive. Yeah, none of the glowstone has ground underneath it. Oh yeah, we got lots of durability, we're good. Like, at least we're in a big open space so I can fly around, but and that has lava. We can grab this. No, not really. Have to do a bit of terrain modification to grab this, but it's fine, I guess. There. I mean, it's not very much, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. But Yeah, no, I don't know if that means anything necessarily, but it was cool to see that, you know, someone's Hermitcraft video was suggesting my stream as like a, you know, similar person to watch. Who knows, maybe one day I'll be on Hermitcraft. I was about to use a rocket to launch myself up there, and I was like, nope, too much, too much, too much. Here, let's see. Yeah, we should be able to grab this. I know there's a bit of glowstone inside one of my nether fortresses that I never grabbed, but I kind of use it as a landmark, so I don't want to get rid of it. Yeah, like, to be honest, like, I haven't watched a lot of Hermitcraft, but what I have watched has been, like, pretty entertaining. I usually just follow, like, Mumbo and what he's doing. But, I looked up, Gemini Tay, I think is her name. And I watched one of her streams. Or one of her videos, sorry. So... I think a lot of people just want to be like Hermitcraft, and like, you know, if I was invited to Hermitcraft, like I would obviously enjoy it and be respectful of how they do things, but I like how I'm doing my streams. Like I've had a lot of people ask me about doing like assets for my stream and stuff, like just like, you know, little emotes and stuff for me, and like I've appreciated it, but I like that this has all been like my thing so far. Like I haven't like had other people helping me with it. And it's not that I have like any kind of like weird like control issue with that. It's just I've kind of enjoyed it being like my own personal thing. You know, I can say or do what I want and not worry about how it's going to affect other people who might be involved with the project. It's nice to have that kind of freedom. Here, I'm gonna pre-res. I'm gonna pre-res so that I don't end up falling in lava and dying. But yeah, I would love to join an SMP though. Like I've been sort of looking like low-key to try and find one that would be good for me, but I would want it to be able to... Well, here's the thing. Like if you swear on YouTube, right? You don't get recommended as much. I know it's like a dumb rule, but it just is. And so, like, for me to look for a stream that I would consider 18 plus, you know, that'd be great. But it won't get as many views and my viewership won't grow, and, like, I won't get, like, Mojang support if I ever get big enough. Like, Mojang won't reach out for, like, events and stuff like that. So I have to try and, like, watch swearing a little bit. But... at the same time, too, like, I'm an adult, you know. You can't tell me that the people on Hermitcraft don't swear, like, when they're with their friends and stuff. Like, of course they do. So, I'd want to be able to be on a stream where I can just be myself and not have to, like, put on this squeaky clean image for Mojang, you know? And that's where it kind of, like, boils down to, like, why I probably would never be on Hermitcraft. Not that I wouldn't want to, and, like, if I got invited, I would, you know, obviously do what I could to... you know, cut back on the swearing or not swear at all, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it feels a little disingenuous of me to be like, I never swear and I'm a good squeaky clean Minecraft YouTuber. Like, I'm not. Oh. Sir. I do have a bow, actually. Where is he? There he is. I don't know. I try to be as genuine as I can with you guys. So it'd be weird for me to, like, put on a squeaky clean face and be like, I never swear, I'm a good boy, and this is a family-friendly channel. Like, it's not. It's never been intended to be like that. You know, I make dumb jokes. I talk about adult-related things sometimes. Like, I just talk about what's going on in my life and try not to offend anybody. Gemini Tay apparently swears a lot, just not in her vids. Yeah, like, I'm sure they all do. They're all adults, right? Like, you know, I don't want like, Stein to be a character, is kind of what I'm getting at. Like, I don't want Stein, the person you're watching, to be something that it's not. You know, I swear, I do dumb stuff, like, you know, it is what it is. But I also understand, like, Minecraft is technically a kid's game, like, you know, there are kids watching, and I need to be respectful of that, but it's just a matter of, like, you know, how far do I want to push it? Oh, there's some. I don't know why I'm filling this in, I don't need to, but, you know what I mean? I think you guys would appreciate that too. Like, I'm not going to pretend something's funny when it's not funny. I'm not going to not swear if that's my genuine reaction to it. But, like, if I can say, oh my gosh, instead of oh my god, just so I don't, like, offend anybody, then, like, I'll try my best. But occasionally I'll drop an F-bomb or, you know, whatever. It is what it is. If you don't like that, find another streamer. Ooh, that's actually some large patches. Can I get up there? Maybe. Might need more than 64 blocks, but if I can, that's actually probably close to half a stack up there. Here, let's try from here. Hey, we're up to 52 people. That's awesome. And we're at 52 followers on Twitch. Apparently today's number is 52. Here we go. Yeah. See, I was trying to avoid getting glowstone like this just because it is a little bit more dangerous, as you could tell with the gas that was attacking me like 5 minutes ago. But it's definitely faster to go out and like just mine it like this. I could actually probably grab all that over there too. Here, should be able to grab the rest of this. Okay. Hopefully didn't lose a lot of this. No, looks like we're pretty good. Oh. So we needed what, like 4.5 stacks? What are we at now? We're almost at 4 stacks now. So I'm wondering if I fly up here. Yeah, we should be able to grab all this. Just put out some of this fire so it doesn't just burn when it falls to the ground. There is a lot of basalt delta in this seed. At least where we are anyways. Okay. I don't know, I think if I could, like, stream with anybody, it would probably be, like, Tommy Innit and his crew with, like, Filza and stuff. I feel like I'd get along best with them. Like, Dream's crew would probably be a close second. Like, I do think Sapnap is actually pretty funny. But, you know, they seem like they've been friends for, like, you know, years and years, so. The thing is, if I start a Minecraft server, it would be family friendly. Yeah, it kind of has to be nowadays. And like that's the thing too. Like I would love to branch out and play other games. But the thing is I can really only do that on Twitch, or it'll mess with my YouTube algorithm unless I make like an entire other channel. But then I'd have to get that channel monetized. And like with my following, I feel like it'd be a lot easier because I could just be like, hey, everybody on Discord, watch on this channel instead. And then my watch time would hit the 400 watch hours like pretty quick. But it depends, right? I almost have 5 stacks of glowstone. Here, I just want to grab... We probably already have enough, but I just want to grab a bit extra in case I'm wrong. But worst comes to worst, if we're a little bit short at the end, we can just go buy it from our villagers. But I think 5 stacks is probably enough. If it's not, it's very, very close. What's going on over there? Jeez. It's like a whole party going on over there. Okay. What do we got? Get rid of that. Yeah, so this is like 5... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a quarter stacks. So let's grab this little bit and then we'll head back and see what it does. I think this will be enough though. Just eat my Bugs Bunny carrots. There we go. Yeah, so where does that put us? Yeah, we're at 5.5 stacks. I feel like that should be enough. So, re-up the fire res. And I need to go that way. Went a little bit too far. There we go. Thread the needle on that. So yeah, let's head home. We'll throw down all this glowstone. It's got to be enough, right? If it's not, it's very, very close. I was looking at some server hosting and I found a pretty good one I can host for 6 months for only $55. That's pretty good. Yeah, like I had like a home server for like a hot minute, but my wife and I never ended up using it because the computer I was running it on actually died before we had a chance to like actually set it up. She brought home, I guess like her old work was throwing out a bunch of computers, so she got to just like, she was like in IT, so she got to like take a bunch of them home. And so she just like gave me one. I was like, here, do something with it. And I was like, oh, I'll set this up and do this and do that, and I'll put a Minecraft server on it. And I just kind of like never fully realized the plan. Like I did use it to run like 6 or 7 monitors at once, which was kind of fun. But here, this will be a little faster. Ooh, that was nice and smooth. Philza would have been proud of that one. All right. Yeah, see how long this is taking to run versus the ice highway that we set up directly above this. We're definitely going to be using the ice highway to get to the sand place from now on. Way faster. Just for everyone who doesn't know, my base is at 0, 0. So you're watching the coordinates in the center of the screen there. That's approximately how far away we are. Okay. Just kind of let them leapfrog over me a little bit. Okay. Made it back, safe and sound. Let's see how much this gets us. My friend, you're gonna have to get out of the way. Actually, you know what we could do? I used that one weird trick. Warb Cool 666. What are you making? So you can see here, all the layers of glass here. When you have the connected textures pack or Optifine setting set up, it makes like a cool clouded floor effect. You've probably seen it with like other people's bases and stuff, but this is kind of the part you're not supposed to see. Eventually it'll just be the top part, but for this you have to fill it in first and then cover it with carpet, and then you do like a layer of glass and a layer of air and you keep stacking it like that. And eventually it makes it so you can't see the carpet outline anymore, and it's just like a cool kind of glowy cloud effect because the light still passes through the carpet. Look at that. And we still have lots left over. No problem. Okay, perfect. So yeah, that's phase 1. Pretty much done. Again, we might have to expand this later, but for the most part, that is phase 1 complete. So phase 2, which I will start right here, is we need to lay down a bunch of carpet. Okay, well, I gotta go to get ready for church. Alright, Niltag, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate that. I get it. I've seen someone make like radioactive liquid losing that or like a void floor. Yeah, it's essentially what this is. I would say this is actually probably closer to the radioactive liquid, honestly. Let's do that. But we're basically making a giant like rectangle just for the base, because I don't know how, like, what shape I'm going to make it, but it's probably going to be a big circle up here. And so a lot of this is actually kind of redundant, but it'll help later, because then I can make a big green outside wall so that when you're looking through it, you can't just, like, see through the glass into, like, the netherrack. My only sort of drawback now is getting enough carpet for this is going to be a pain. So I can go breed more sheep, but the problem is I don't have grass block for them, which makes this a little bit trickier. But, you know, one step at a time. You know, we have a bunch of glass here to lay out. And we still have 2 stacks of glowstone just in case we need to expand this in any kind of significant way. But the good thing is I don't need to AFK anymore. So what we can do now is we can head back to the overworld and try and get a bunch of carpet. I just realized your totem head isn't a fish head. Nope, it is definitely not. But, yeah, here. We'll run back. And I think I put my shears away already. Here, I'll just toss this here so it'll despawn eventually. No use polluting the ocean for future generations. We've done enough of that already. But we can check out our sheep. And did I not throw the shears in here? I could have swore I did. Oh yeah. Yeah, so this is all of our sheep that we're using for all the carpet.
The problem is they eat so much of the grass that they can't grow back because then they run out of things to eat. Because they only grow back their wool when they eat the grass. So, it's a bit of a waiting game unless I give them more grass to eat. Yeah, so we're kind of stuck with that. But we can run back and throw this down and see where that gets us. You know, laying down the glass is actually kind of the easy part, but getting all the glass is kind of a pain. But getting lime green, you need to get sea pickles. So we had to find a coral biome in order to even get this color. But it's looking pretty good so far. You know, this is definitely a lot faster than making an entire prismarine farm just to get all the blocks. There we go. And I can start laying down some of the glass here. So I'll take a bunch of this. And start filling it in. I know, it's like super exciting stuff. Who knew to build the thing you had to build the thing? Here, we'll try and keep it as encased as I can here. Yeah, whatever. But we're slowly getting there. I'm hoping with all the glass we have cooking back at the house, plus what we have on us. Like, sea pickles are pretty easy to get. I'm not, like, super worried about that. We have a bunch of bone meal. But it's all part of the process. What do you think about Hightail releasing soon? I haven't seen... I think there was a post about it yesterday, actually. About it coming out sooner than later. I'm hyped for it. I wasn't, like, one of the people that was, like, following that, really. I saw, like, the original trailer, like, you know, I think it was, like, 6 years ago. And, like, that was fine. But, you know, I haven't been, like, sitting around being, like, one of those people, like, waiting for it to come out. But the game looks good. It looks really fun. I don't know if it'll necessarily be like the Minecraft killer, but I'll definitely be one of the people playing it for sure. The sound effects are great. I was listening to Ice Cream Sandwich, the animation YouTuber, talk about it a while back. And all the sounds in it are very, like, crisp, like, tut and puss sounds, it seems. They made a point of making all the combat and all the sounds and everything, like, sound really clean and crisp. And so I think that'll, I think it'll be a really, really fun game. You know, it's definitely based off of Minecraft, let's be real. Like, even the gameplay footage I saw, like, you could hear, like, some of the sound effects were definitely Minecraft sound effects. But yeah, no, I think it'll be a great game when it's done. It's still going to be a while before it releases, I think, though, unless the announcement they made yesterday is saying something differently, but Like, if they were smart, they would get it out right before Christmas. Just so that it can compete with Christmas sales. Because after Christmas, nobody has any money left because they just, you know, bought all their Christmas presents. So, I don't know how that'll go, but... Yeah, I think the only thing slowing us down now, honestly, is going to be carpet. Which, like, there's ways we can kind of speed that up a little bit. Just breed a bunch of sheep. You know, every time you breed them, you add 50% to their numbers, so... Here. Here, what I think I'm gonna do is try and just fill in what's in my shulker box. And then I might call it there for today, because we're going on 3 hours now. But depends how much is in here, I guess. Can I reach it? Hey, there we go. Here, I'll actually throw this all in here. Oops. There we go. Maybe I'll keep one of these just in case. Just in case something goes awry. But if we can finish off this back corner today, that would be huge. Then next stream we can definitely finish this. Still so many layers left. Oh my god. Yeah, we're definitely gonna still have to break all this out, but I'll probably use like TNT or something for it. Be a little bit easier. There we go. But yeah, let me finish off what I have in my inventory, and then I think we're going to probably call it for the day. Because I want to go hang out with my wife. She's probably done her tea. She's probably due for another tea. You can't be having a wife with no tea. That's like blasphemy. So we'll finish all this up. There we go. I'll break this down. There we go. It's sort of a weird time to stop just because I know how sort of the streaming algorithm for YouTube works now, and at the 3 hour mark, that's when they kind of know who to show your audience to. But not everybody has 3 hours to sit there and let the algorithm figure out what you're doing. You know, time waits for no man, so... We'll finish up what we have in our inventory here. Just doing a quick estimation, I
think we'll have enough glass to finish this back at the house. At least this back corner of it. I don't know about the entire build. Probably not. I'm saying we're probably going to need to go back for sand at least another 2 or 3 times. Depending on how many shulker boxes I bring. I'm saying probably 3. But, hey, we just passed the 3-hour mark, and we're almost at 300 viewers, so... Or 300 views, sorry. 300 viewers would be insane. Be like, oh god, that's like an entire high school. Break that one down. And I'm trying to avoid using the pickaxe because it can mess things up very quickly, but you know, sometimes you don't have a choice. Yeah, here we go. We're starting to break into the netherrack a little bit. So I'll have to terraform a little bit to finish this, but that's okay. As Bob Ross would say, it's a happy little accident. Alright, how much do I have left? About a stack. Oops. Can I reach that from here? Heck yeah. It's looking pretty good, guys. This is definitely the biggest build I've done in hardcore. You know, hardcore I typically don't try to do large builds because if I die and lose them, then I'm upset. But this floor is definitely up there. Okay. So how many layers is that? 1, 2... Yeah, it's 1 layer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you need at least another 6 layers worth of glass. But it's starting to look pretty good. So yeah, we'll have to fill in all of this with carpet still. And obviously the rest of the glass. And then I'm hoping I can somehow get Optifine to work. I still haven't figured out exactly what it is that OBS doesn't like about it. But I'm hoping that it's something like easily fixable. It might just be like my computer can't run both, but it's kind of hard to say. We got our camels from last time. I'm so glad the one camel didn't die too. When he fell, I felt so bad. I was like, oh no, that was probably the one that was stuck in the hole in that ledge for like so long. Oh well. Here, let me... You guys growing back your wool yet? Heh. Heh. Oh my god, I can't parkour for crap right now. There we go. Grab some quality wool. You know, we breed the sheep underwater, and that makes their wool more sponge-like. You get that nice consistent green color. Get that underwater, like, mossy color. It's not only the finest sea pickle sheep. Only the finest for this build. Alright. We'll toss this in here for now. And I guess I can dye all that green as well. Let me see how this is all going. It's probably out of fuel already. Oh no, it's doing okay. How we got here? Yeah, it's already empty. What can you do? This is a big wasted dye, but whatever. There. Here, I'm gonna go throw down this carpet quickly, and then I think we're gonna call it there. I just want to see how much more we're going to need. We'll do the outro in the nether. Because that's, you know, always safe. I also need to replant all that. It looks kind of ugly. Back into the pit of hell. Boop, 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 boop. So yeah, we can hopefully finish off this back corner a little bit. Here. Just get rid of all this. Just for now. It'll eventually get filled back in, but... There we go. It's so weird that the light still goes through the carpet, but... I'm not going to complain about Minecraft mechanics. You know, it's not like I've ever done that. Fill in some of this, and yeah, I guess that's it. So yeah, we just need to cover the rest of this with carpet. Also, all this needs to get dug out and kind of fixed up. And actually just do a quick little sweep here. There we go. And as my wife would say, Dunyan rings. Awesome. So yeah, basically what'll happen is we'll fill all this with carpet, and then as we go up, I probably won't TNT it because like that wasn't that bad actually. I'll just sit here and just like mine all this out. Like we can insta mine with netherite, so not a problem. Yeah, that's already like way better. There we go. At least give us a little bit of building room. I'm just worried doing this, there's going to be that, like, one pocket of lava, and it's going to catch all my carpets on fire, and I can't use water in the nether, so I just have to watch it all burn. So, that's my only concern down here. But, it should be fine. And then, yeah, we need to get rid of this, like, center spire here. But, not a big deal. So here, let me... Ooh, Pro Elytra. Okay, guys. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna probably call it there. I feel kind of weird about it because a bunch of people just showed up, but, you know, unfortunately, it is what it is. Again, I can't stream in the mornings anymore, so it won't be, you know, consistent morning streams, unfortunately, anymore. But I will be trying to do weekend streams, and also try to fit one in, or maybe even two in during the week, after work. It's just a lot, right? Because like I work all day and then come home, want to see my wife, but then I'm stuck streaming for like 3 hours minimum. So yeah, I'm still trying to, excuse me? Sir? Really glad that didn't blow anything up. Hello? This is why we don't do the outro in the nether. Where did that even come from? It came from, like, that direction. Did it shoot through that gap? Hang on, I'm gonna go deal with this. Hello? Stop it. Alright, let's try that again. Jeez. Just like doing the outro and all of a sudden a fireball just flies past my face. But yeah, I'm going to try and find a way to make a more consistent schedule during the week. It'll be at a different stream time, unfortunately, but that works better for some people and worse for others, but still have the VODs, right? But the weekend streams were a huge success, so I'm definitely going to keep doing that. It might not be both days like it was this weekend, but at least a Saturday stream, I'm thinking. But anyways, guys, I appreciate everyone who stuck around. you know, again, I wasn't really sure how the weekend streams would go after doing like 3 months of morning streams. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell and stuff like that so you don't miss it. Again, I hate self-promoting, but, you know, Uncle Algorithm doesn't let me get away from it. So I do reduce the amount of ads on my streams for you guys just because I know if I don't put any ads, then YouTube's just going to put them on anyways every 10 minutes. But if I say, hey, schedule it every 30 minutes, then YouTube kind of backs off and doesn't make one every 30 minutes or every like 10 minutes. They just do the 30-minute. You know, just something for you guys, because again, I hate ads too. I don't want to watch a bunch of ads. I want to watch Minecraft or throw it on in the background. I don't want to hear about, you know, the new Ford F-150 or whatever. So, yeah, no, I try to reduce the amount of ads for you guys. So if you guys like that and you like the stream, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Share the stream to whoever. Make sure you check out the Discord and the Twitch. Stein Plays MC. We have a couple people watching over on Twitch because I'm dual streaming. And yeah, that's kind of it. So I'm gonna go and hang out with my wife, maybe grab some lunch. I'm thinking about making like a HelloFresh or something, maybe. I don't know, maybe I'll make some bacon. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. So goodbye and good night, gamers. I'll see you next time, whenever that is. So later.